give you that markets update now, and local trade poised for upbeat trade. At the start of the week, the JSE closing slightly weaker on Friday though, while the Rand weakened the most in more than 2 weeks after US jobs data came in stronger than expected. Let's speak now to JustOneLap founder Simon Brown, who joins us for a quick markets update. Simon, happy Monday. Good to have you. Let's begin with that quick overview of how things are shaping up at the JSE.
Morning, Polly. We were looking for a green open, but we've actually drifted down into the red. We've got the overall market off a fifth, financials down a third, resources really taking strain, 0.2% lower. Some green coming through in the industrials, just over a tenth higher there. The Rand, as you mentioned, particularly against the dollar, quite a bit weaker, 18.93. 23.88 against sterling, and 20.39 against the euro. On the commodity front, gold 2,043.5, Brent oil 77.51, platinum 901, and palladium $940 an ounce.
Well, let's stay with those commodities if we can. As you mentioned, gold slipping while oil inching up ever so slightly. What's driving these latest moves?
So gold really is to a degree, it's an uncertainty trade. There's a lot out there. Elections galore. We have touched on that over the Monday mornings. So really just worried about what could happen. But also we've got a slight, I don't want to say imbalance, but a close balance. We've got central bankers who are buying for the last couple of years for the first time in decades. Production's been moving higher. We had almost a record production last year, but there's a sense that we might actually see that demand picking up and outweighing the production side. Oil really, as you mentioned, those job numbers from the US on Friday, they were strong. They were way stronger than expected. And oil's, in a sense, a play on the global economy and how well it's going to do. There is an interesting story in oil that the US fracking industry really has taken off to the point that they're supplying around 20% of global oil. And, of course, this significantly weakens OPEC. And we've been seeing cuts from Saudi Arabia and Russia trying to push that price higher.
Let's talk company news, and news coming in suggesting that the board of MultiChoice has rejected a bid by France's Canal Plus to buy out this JSE-listed parent company of DStv and Showmax. Was that a surprise, you think?
Well, Polly, for market nerds like myself, this is like about as much fun as it gets. Thursday, the announcement comes that the French want to buy MultiChoice for 105 Rand. They already had about a 30% stake. There were issues. I mean, the regulatory concerns out there, concerns around is the price any good? What about Comcast, who's been working with Showmax for that relaunch? Maybe Comcast wants to come. This morning, MultiChoice comes and says, you know what, the board has had a evaluation on MultiChoice. They think it's worth a whole lot more than 105 Rand per share. They are not recommending. They are withdrawing the cautionary. Now, Canal Plus can walk away. They can go hostile. They can up the number. We don't know what they're going to do. I don't think they're going to walk away. Another little fun fact is Canal Plus was buying on Thursday and Friday. They now own 35.1%, which means they have to, by takeover regulation rules, make a mandatory offer to shareholders in MultiChoice. But that offer is going to be the average price over the last year. It might not be a price that shareholders like. We're going to be talking about this a lot over the next year.
We're going to have to wait and see how things pan out there. Let's conclude this conversation, Simon, with the Vugile Property Fund. It's published a trading update. What do those numbers say?
The key thing with Vukile, what I'm really looking for is they've got retail, malls, both rural and urban, but a lot of it in the rural space. And the question is, were we out in the malls over Christmas? We have certainly seen in the high-end malls, which is Hyprop, which is Rosebank and Canal Walk and the like, that there was a lot of activity November and especially December. Vukile show exactly the same. And in fact, rural malls were up almost 14% in terms of foot traffic, good sales coming through. They've also got some malls in Spain, which again, single-digit increases, but broadly good numbers all around, and suggesting that we as South Africans and some Spanish folks for their Spanish malls were out there over December. We were shopping. We were spending money.
JustOneLap founder Simon Brown, thank you very much for that markets update.